Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much, sirs. Let's go straight to the point. Who are we as choristers? So the first thing is that we choristers, we're Christians. Anything outside of that is just us playing around. We are Christians, and because we are Christians, we have to act like Christians, we have to behave like Christians, and we have to represent Christ in all our doings. It doesn't matter if it's this kind of occasion, if it's in the church settings, if it's at home, if it's at school, wherever we find ourselves, we have to understand that number one, we are Christians. And thereby, we become Christ-like. Now, these days, and I'm not blaming these days so much, because everything that we are today, where we are at the moment, started from back in the day. Torí pé àwọn àgbà, wọn ò sure, they're not careful. So it's trickling down to the point where we are today. So if I, as a choir member, come to the parish and I started singing whatever, Tishumole, as they said, it is because I don't know better. And the reason I don't know better is that I don't understand. Now, there is someone at the helm of the church who is the shepherd. And the thing about this church, Celestial, is that we are leadership-based. We are leadership-based congregation. And in the sense that there is always an hierarchy. And if the hierarchy misses the opportunity to give us correction, it becomes a problem. So Timba and Losi in my parish, if I start singing like that, and the shepherd is not cautioning me, if I go to daddy's parish, there is tendency that I will repeat the same thing there. Now, if daddy says, I'm sitting down thinking, my shepherd hears me sing this, but he never cautioned me. I'm not my shepherd, I'm not saying he did. I'm just giving this as an analogy. So this is where the problem is. The Celestial Church is leadership-based church. And if the leader misses the opportunity to correct us, then it becomes a problem. Now, I'm going to go. Now, in terms of correction, there are two ways to correct people, Abi. We know that. There is one where I can scream at you, correction only. And then there is one that I can call you and talk sense into you. That's correction as well. It doesn't matter how you give us this correction. The bottom line is that you are supposed to correct us. And to our mothers, and I'm going to go back to the main thing. To our mothers, please, nurture us. Seriously, nurture us. See, this is the one thing that I need Celestians to understand. Don't be afraid to speak to your children. We are your children, is what I'm trying to say. Don't be afraid to tell us what we are doing wrong. But I think what it is that people are very upset. People are very, they're already, we are like a pressure as we are today. We're like a tank. There's pressure in it. And so if you bust the wrong place, it explodes. So what I'm saying is this. Tell us what we are doing wrong, but tell us with love. That's the bottom line. Tell us with love, but please don't hesitate to tell us what we are doing wrong. We need to hear it. You guys, you are the shepherds. You are the one who knows everything all round. And you are the one that is supposed to set us straight. Please, we yearn for this. We yearn for you to tell us the right things to do. And I promise you, there will be change. So, mommies, please nurture us and let us know the right things to do. Now, to the choir, and I'm going to round up. Look, there's something called frequency in sound. Frequency, if not used the right way, can actually go to the negative part of things. Frequency can be used in a negative way. And I think this is the problem with Celestial, is that we don't understand. And frequency does not mean it's a bad song. It doesn't mean the song is not good. It's just that the frequency that on the keyboard, maybe there's major and there's minor. What is this sad sound? The sad part of the keyboard, the minor. The happy part is the major. And there's a reason why they call it that. There's a reason why they say one is minor and it's a sad song, sad key. And then there's major, which is the happy key. Do you know that Celestial, we actually sing mostly in minor? Abi? For the most part of it, we sing in minor key. I'm saying maybe we need to change that. Maybe we need to improve on that. Because automatically those who introduced keyboard to us already told us the minor key is the sad key. So what I'm trying to say is this. We need to understand frequency. Frequency is, and if just in a layman's term, frequency is that wave that goes up and down. Now, in the 60s, there was a study that you can actually use sound to destroy a whole generation. Hip-hop is a typical example. You can use sound to destroy a whole group of people because they started embedding things that we don't understand and we copy it. And that's why it's dangerous when we bring songs into the church that glorify evil spirit, and then we bring it into the congregation. And then we change the words to become Christian words. There's something the percussionists do. There's a song that they play. And because I grew up in Oshogbo, and this percussion actually glorifies Oshun Oshogbo. If I sing it, you will hear only Osokwe, Woru o, Woru oko. Where are the drummers here? It goes bum 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 bum. Twisted that part, but it's saying only labe ogede labe orombo. Eshema, thank you. Otishe dabe aso. Idewewe niti Ọ̀ṣun. Ó wá parí ẹ̀ ó ní ẹ bá mi kìlọ̀ fún baálẹ̀. Ó wá parí ẹ̀ pátápátá ó ní gbogbo wa lògùn jọ bí. What I'm trying to say is this. We don't understand sound. Maybe that's what we need to learn. It's great. All these classical things that we are doing, all these choral things that we're doing, it's wonderful. But let us look at the history of all of these things before we get ourselves into it. The way we are singing now, in the eyes of a lot of people, they will say it's actually better than in the old days. But how come in the olden days, they are more spiritually inclined than today? Choir, who we are children of God. So our behaviors, our actions, our hearts to reflect Christ. The Lord be with us all. All right, so we'll go to the... All right, ma. I did it. Okay, hallelujah. So let's go into the question and answer session. I have prepared some questions for our panel. So wanted him to be part of the group so that we can get the perspective of a shepherd. And then we have our two great musicians here. So my first question is this. Is it good for an artist to get paid for their service in the church? So let's start with our daddy, Olusho.
Hallelujah. When I saw the question, I know you want to put me in it. Because you want me to talk. And my choir, they are here. Some of them are here.
Olusho.
Are here.
Okay, so, Jerry, thank you so much, sir. So let's start with perspective, and then we'll move to the shepherd. Let's start with Brother Larry. What do you think? Should we get paid for our services or the artist as well?
Hallelujah. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. In a clarity term, I feel if you are a church member, as in you are the choir in that pay you, that's the first question. Because you get some grace. This is the church you worship. And you get grace from that church. We are not saying you are being invited to another church to perform extraordinary duty. These are our own obligation back to the church. It's just like CSR. So in my opinion, as a choir member in the church, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Hallelujah. Thank you for this opportunity. I'd like to say a few things. It comes from God. That is God doing his part. Another thing is, when you have this gift, most times it is in its raw state. Talking about the question, personally, a church does not need to pay you because your service should be unto God and unto the people of God. But talking about, because I have a lot of experience about it, talking about a gospel artist now in the celestial fold being invited to some other parish to perform. If you invite an artist, definitely probably you have heard a song that he has done. I want you to know that it's meant into doing that song. He goes to the studio. He has to pay his band members. At times he has to rehearse. All those things. He needs to do all those things. Now, doing this now, I've had experiences. Personally, I've had experiences